Hi everybody, Mia here. I'm 45 years old. I've been going on and off juice fasts for the last almost 3 years or so. I'm having my juice right now. This is what is called the Mean Green recipe. It has kale, celery, cucumber, apple, ginger, lemon in it, and I add a beet, a peeled beet. I like it a lot. A lot of the kale's out of my garden. Just a moment while I have some of that. This is a lot of juice. This was 3 pints when I started today. Anyways, I'm here to tell you that juicing is very real. Juice fasting, where you don't eat any food. I'm talking any food. It's all juice. Mostly green juices. We do 80% vegetable, 20% fruit is the optimum. That is something that is real, and I just want to be a real person on here, you know, being present and showing you that I have been juice fasting more often than not for the last 3 years. I started out really sick. I have a lot of like sensationalized videos out there of, you know, before and after pictures. But this, I'm not going to show you any before pictures here. I'm going to tell you I was 245 pounds. I'm 5'10" and a half. I walked around with a walker or canes. I was slow. I didn't understand things people said very much. I was sluggish. It was like I had a hangover all the time, even though I didn't drink, you know. My life had slowed down. I had stagnated. I had become sedentary. I was even afraid to raise my arms because if I did that, I got dizzy, and it scared me. So I stopped doing that. I got frozen shoulders. I have been rehabilitating my shoulders all this time. And it's been really, really hard. This whole road back to wellness has been really hard for me. It's really difficult. And but I've been working my way through it. And nobody will ever know what it was like where I came from. But I can tell you, it was a living hell. Because I had a back surgery and years of trauma, you know, psychological trauma. And, you know, just... you give up, you slow down, you stop using things because they hurt. Before you know it, you're sedentary and you're gaining a lot of weight. You know, it was hard for me to get out of that cycle because I was so fat. You know, I was 245 pounds, and a lot of people say, oh, don't say the F word. I was fat. I had a lot of fat on me, therefore I was fat. And when you're that heavy and you're in pain, you don't want to do anything. You know, you just want to eat to make yourself feel better, and you want to, you know, relax. You want to take it easy. So that is a spiral down into a very bad place. And so, you know, I would say to a lot of people with chronic pain, you know, you think you can take it easy and you think you can recover, which is good in some cases if you're just like injured or something, but if this is a, you know, if you have chronic pain in your life, you have to keep going, you have to keep trying. And juice fasting is one way that you can lose enough weight to get yourself in a position where you can exercise again. And I'm just here to tell you, you know, there's a lot of skeptics, there's a lot of people trying to say that juice fasting is not a good thing. I've been doing it more often than not for the last almost 3 years. I've done a whole bunch of 30-day fasts. I've done a couple fasts that are over 100 days. My friend, he's a close friend that I'm very familiar with and I hang around with a lot and see most days, and he did a year fast. He fasted on nothing but juice for a year, and he's very healthy. You know, I know that a lot of you out there are just raw foodists and or vegans, and you believe in having a healthy diet, and you think juice fasting is dangerous. And I just have to tell you that, you know, while it could be dangerous for some people with certain medical conditions, generally overall, juice fasting is an awesome way to deliver a huge amount of nutrients. I mean, this is a lot of produce. This is like 2 huge bunches of kale, 2 cucumbers, 4 apples, a huge piece of ginger. It's a lemon and a huge head of celery. And all of this I'm eating in this one meal because I'm drinking it, and it enables me to do that. I know a lot of you can't drink 3 pints of juice, but I do. I worked my way up to it. Hold on, I really gotta. Yes. That's a lot of ginger. First you won't like the ginger, but then after a while you crave it and you want more and more and more. I want to tell you that, you know, this is the green juice with a beet. I've been drinking it a lot. And when I'm eating, I eat vegan, and I eat mostly raw. And, you know, I'm not perfect, but I certainly come from a very bad place where I was very sick. The doctors couldn't figure out what's wrong with me. It's poor nutrition. It's poor nutrition, and it's gluten and or wheat allergy. I don't know. A lot of you don't believe in gluten intolerance either, but I removed the gluten from my diet, and I'm well. And I started eating a vegan diet, and I'm well. And the more raw food I eat, the better I feel. And the more juice I do, the better I feel. And the more juice fasting I do, the better I feel. I feel like I'm awakening out of this fog, out of this, you know, this slumber that I've been in for years and years, where everything was numb and the saturation of colors was turned down in my life, and you know, I wasn't excited about anything anymore, and now I'm just vibrant and full of life. And I know that it's because of the raw food, and I know that it's because of the vegan diet, but the major part of everything that has changed my life is the juice. And I don't have a nutrient deficiency. See? And then I feel like I'm, you know, in my 20s again. And I still have my bad days. You know, I still have whatever health condition I had. You know, I still have it. You know, and I'm still really sick. If I went back to eating, you know, regular food that most Americans eat on a daily basis again, and animal products and gluten and all that, if I went back to that, I would just slowly go right back to where I was. And I'd be really sick. I mean, I was having seizures, for God's sakes. So, you know, this is something that's changed my life, and I think it can help a lot of other people. I walk around every day and I see people who, you know, complete strangers who just look like they're zombies. They just look like there's no life and no glow and no happiness left in them. And I remember how that felt. And I remember how the juice brought it back. Within just the first couple days, it brought a lot back. And after a detox period of my first fast and getting into day 6, I felt really great. You can watch all of my videos right here on GF Vegan Life. You can check out what my progress was. You can see how I used to look. You know, I've always been a really, I've always had a really good sense of humor and been really childlike. So, you know, that was pretty much partially preserved when I was fat and when I was sick. But I mean, take a look at my before and after pictures in some of my videos. Oh my God, you know. And I'm 45 years old, and I just feel like I'm getting younger every day. Juice fasting is the reason for this. And if you think that you don't have the willpower, if you're telling yourself, I don't know if I can do this, Mia, I wish I was as strong as you. Stop telling yourself that. You're giving yourself negative affirmations, and you're telling yourself that you can't. You need to tell yourself that you can. Do this. Drink juice. And for those of you who don't want to do a juice fast, don't listen to anything I'm saying. But for those of you who do, and those of you who have health problems, you know, or those of you who just feel awful, you have skin problems, you have depression, try this. This is amazing. This is Mother Nature. This is like nutrients that are from Mother Nature that are meant to make you feel good. And exercise. Take a walk every day around the block, if anything, you know. as time goes on, if you keep doing this juice fast and you lose weight, you're going to have the energy that it takes, and you're going to be lighter, and you're going to be more able to exercise. And it was just baby stepping for me. Little by little by little, I lost another pound and another pound and another pound, and then I just got here. It's not going to happen overnight. You didn't get fat overnight. You didn't get sick overnight. You've been doing this your whole life. Now it's time to change. Now it's time to put some nutrients into your body that are real. And again, if you can't juice fast, or you don't want to juice fast, stop eating animal products. Stop putting death and suffering into your body. You don't need meat. It's already been proven. Do the research. Don't listen to me. Do the research for yourself. People don't need meat to survive. People don't need animal products like milk and eggs. If you read the China study or watch the documentary Forks Over Knives, animal protein is not good for the human body. It's not a sacrifice. It's their sacrifice when you eat them and when you cause them to keep suffering and dying. The American food industry and the way they produce food animals is just, it's horrible. Just step out of it. Step out of it and educate yourself. And you know, my advice is to go vegan. That's I'm an ethical vegan. I used to be like dietary vegan. I did it because of my health. It was for selfish reasons. But once I got there and I started learning and I watched movies like Speciesism, the movie, I seriously think you should watch that documentary. Open your eyes. Don't stick your head in the sand and don't brush it under the rug. Pay attention and educate yourself and eat the best things that are possible for you. Put good things in your body and don't torture yourself or anybody else. And eat as much raw food as you can. Grab a banana, an apple, or some spinach and just eat it, you know. Continual education for the betterment of your health is most important, because if you don't keep care of yourself and you don't have good health, you sure can't take care of anybody else. And I'm sure you have other people in your life that you need to take care of. I could go on all day, but I better just drink my juice now. Whoa. I'm just so passionate. I'm so passionate about veganism now, about ethical veganism. And I'm so passionate about health because I've been to the other side where it was just an absolute and complete hell. And I'm back, and I'm vibrant, and I'm younger, and I feel great, and I'm able to run 2 miles, and I'm able to lift weights, and I feel really super good. And I watch people who don't feel good, and I know how that feels. And so I can't sit here and not try to help other people in the way that I know that works. I also want to add that I am on a break right now from answering messages on my Facebook page, Juicing FTW. I am on a break from that right now. Just like everybody else, I have to have a few days off now and then. What happens is I don't take any days off, and I just go and I go and I go for weeks or even a month or two. And then one day I just kind of go, oh, wow, I'm really stressed out. I feel really bad. So I'm gung-ho on everything all the time. I'm taking some time off from answering messages. It could be anywhere from 2 to 5 days. So I'll get back to you guys. I'll make sure to answer all of your questions. Meantime, there's a place on my Juicing for the Win Facebook page where I have a notes section. I write a lot of articles on there, or you can scroll down the wall and go back in time to the very beginning and read everything. Seriously, there's a lot of good information there. And in the meantime, just take care of yourselves, and you know, watch a lot of documentaries and watch a lot of people's progress on YouTube. There's a lot of people sharing their experiences, and I'll be back to answer all of your questions anywhere from 2 to 5 days. I'm going to take myself a little vacation and just look at the trees and drink some juice. I did end my 10-day fast, and that doesn't mean I stopped juice though. Obviously I'm still having a big thing of juice here. Today I've got a whole bunch of oranges to polish off. I've got like 12 of them, and I got to figure out how to juice all those and drink all those, plus finish this green juice. And I scored a whole bunch of super ripe bananas from my local coffee shop, so I'm going to make myself a huge smoothie, and that's probably going to be all I have today. So Plan on going for a bike ride, perhaps, hopefully. That's what I really want to do. I want to go on a bike ride. That would be really fun. As you know, I live in Portland, Oregon. They got the waterfront here. It's awesome. I love it. It's beautiful this time of year, too. I just want you to remember, it's just no use without Jis. I'm doing it, and you can too.